Hello, hi, a very happy good evening. So this is Krishnaveni and we've been talking about the story of life on earth, and that's biology. Yes, welcome to my session. So today we are in lecture 3 of digestion and absorption. So today we are going to talk about the last bit of this chapter, that is how digested foods are getting absorbed and what are the digestive disorders. So followed by we will discuss a few questions. Yes, ready for today's session? So please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. So let your friends know. Here we are discussing the entire syllabus of NEET Biology once again. So please make it quick. Yes, Srinivas, hello, hi. So thank you for joining my lecture today. So please do like, share and subscribe. Okay, so shall we move forward? Yes. Come on quick. So please do like, share and subscribe. Yes, ready? Okay, so digestion and absorption. So we are talking about the important questions in this chapter. So before we go forward talking about digestion and absorption, so I have an announcement for you. So this evening we are having a mega menti. So this session is at 6:30 p.m. So this mega menti is from unit 3. So it is a part of syllabus wrap-up series. So please join me at 6:30 p.m. this evening. So the winner of this menti quiz will receive a free mock test series. Yes, Shubham sir, hello, hi. So thank you for joining my lecture today. So please do like, share and subscribe. Yes, Lakshmi Chandran, hello, hi. So thank you for joining my lecture. So please do like, share and subscribe. Hi Dharani, hi Munna. Yes, how are you guys? Doing good? Great. So thank you for joining my lecture. So please do like, share and subscribe. Do you know Tamil? Yes, I can speak quite a lot of languages. Among that, yes, I can understand and I can speak Tamil as well. Yes. Yes, Munna, I'm very good. Thank you so much. So Munna, please join me for this mega menti. So it is at 6:30 p.m. So it is a part of syllabus wrap-up series. So we are from the unit. So cell, structure and function. So we're going to talk about cell, the unit of life, biomolecules, cell cycle and cell division. So the menti code is also ready. So 385222731 is your menti code, and the winner, one single winner, the topmost person, will win access to free mock test series. So make sure you join me for the same. So Satya, yes, hello, hi, a very happy good evening. So Vyat, yes, hello, thank you for joining my session. So please do like, share and subscribe. So please don't forget to share the menti as well. The menti code is also mentioned. So make sure you join just 5 minutes before. So exactly at 6:30 we can start and we can be done. Okay. So Didi is not coming, but you came. Wow, you're such a sincere student. Hannah Munna? Okay, so guys, this is the announcement. Don't forget. So I have another announcement which I already gave last evening. Yes, Anthony Abhi, hello, hi. A very happy good evening. Thank you, Anthony Abhi, for joining my lecture. So please do like, share and subscribe. So yes, this is about the crash course. This is 45 days crash course for those who are appearing for the NEET exam in the year 2021. So this course is beginning on 15th of July. So this involves physics, chemistry as well as biology, and it is for 1999. So this offer might not last long. So please join quickly. This is 1999 offer. Yes, so I am taking biology in this part, so in this course, okay. So we are going to finish in 45 days, which means in one lecture I will finish a topic. So it should be very concise and I will give you a lot of tricks to remember as well. And every Saturday we'll have sheet discussion. We have separate sheets for each of the chapter, and every Sunday you have unit test. So please make sure you pass on this information. So pass the word so that your friends will explore the benefits, and I recommend you also to join, because the fees is not pretty high, but you're having 3 subjects and it's for 45 days starting from 15th July. So make sure you join me. Alright, yes, okay, fine. So here we move forward. So digestion and absorption. So what were we talking about? We were talking about how your food is getting digested with the help of various enzymes, right? So do you remember how it is getting digested? Yes. So we were talking about a digestive system. So we then spoke about digestion of food. So today we'll talk about how your digested food is getting absorbed. So this bit is remaining, right? And disorders of the digestive system. So whoever has the last message written for me, I'm not able to see. All right, okay, because my screen is pretty short today. So the last message is not visible to me. So as it moves up, then it's visible. So I'm sorry if I respond to your message a bit late. All right. Yes, Srinivas, hello, yes, okay. Yes, Shimpi's message I can see, but only half of it. Yes, Shimpi, so I know what you will text. Yes, good evening, I'm good, thank you. How are you? Yes, so please do like, share and subscribe. So Shimpi, today Munna came early and you are pretty late. Alright, so Shimpi, so please do join me for my 6:30 Menti quiz, that is Mega Menti. So it is from the unit cell structure and function, so please join me. Alright, so today we'll try to finish off these two portions, and if time permits we will discuss 20 important questions I have. So let's see if we can finish it off. Alright, so digestive system, a recap. So I hope you remember the structure of the alimentary canal, so that isn't tough, so that is a pretty easy one. So today we will talk about how your digestion of food happens. So a quick recap of that, which I've already explained in the previous lecture. So how it starts, right? So you have your food. So food enters the mouth. So in mouth you have your teeth, you have your tongue, you have your saliva. So all these mixes the food, and now your food forms your bolus, right? So it is mixed with all that. So your saliva has enzymes as well as it has electrolytes, right? So your saliva secretes mucus, which helps in lubrication or movement. It also releases electrolytes, and then it also has enzymes. What are the enzymes in your saliva? So one is salivary amylase, the other one is your lysozyme, right? So all these help in the breakdown of food and they mix it with the mucus and it forms your bolus, right? Yes, sweetie biology, hello, hi, a very happy good evening. So thank you so much for joining my lecture. So please do like, share and subscribe. So this is clear. So what does salivary amylase does? So it starts the hydrolysis of 30% of starch. So if you take rice, so rice consists of starch, right? So 30% of the starch is broken down in your mouth alone in the presence of this enzyme salivary amylase, and it breaks down into maltose. So here the pH is 6.8. So this alkaline pH is the pH of your saliva. Clear? So this is the first step. Now your food moves down through the pharynx and then your esophagus. So how does it move through your esophagus? So by the process of swallowing. So swallowing, so it reaches the esophagus by swallowing. So swallowing is also known as deglutition. Right? Yes? Okay. So now from the esophagus, it has to reach the stomach. So how is it going to reach the stomach? By consecutive movement of your muscular layer. So that is by the process known as peristalsis. By the constructive or successive muscular movement known as peristalsis. Yes, sweetie, bolus is the right answer. Yes, Swami, a very happy good evening. So thank you for joining my lecture. So please do like, share and subscribe. So now your food is still called as bolus. The moment it reaches your stomach, it gets mixed with your gastric juices, right? So when your bolus gets mixed with your gastric juices, it is now called as chyme. Right? So now it is called as chyme, right? Yes, so here you have your gastroesophageal splinter from the esophagus to stomach. Yes, you're absolutely right. Art Media Thamir, yes, a very happy good evening. So thank you for joining my lecture. So please do like, share and subscribe. Okay, so this part is done. So what are the gastric juices? So gastric juices are secreted by your gastric glands of the stomach. So there are three types of cells in this gastric gland. So one is known as your mucus cell, which secretes mucus. The other one is known as your peptic cells. So this produces an inactive enzyme. So that is known as pepsinogen. So this is an inactive enzyme. Okay? Yes? So mucus, peptic, and the last one is your oxantic cell. So oxantic cells releases HCl, plus they also release intrinsic factor which is utilized in the absorption. Alright, yes. Yes, Anthony, what is your doubt? Because the last message gets chopped off for me, so I am not able to see. So please type some other line so that your message moves up. Okay, so what am I marketing for? Alright, so I don't, okay, fine. Nice flow chart. Okay, alright, sweetie. Okay. Yes, so these are the things. Now your pepsinogen, in the presence of HCl, it gets activated to pepsin. So now some amount of your proteins are broken down into peptides or proteases in the presence of pepsin. Yes, so this is done. So in your saliva, in your mouth, your starch is broken down, and in your stomach, your proteins are broken down. So if it is an infant, so infants have a milk digesting enzyme, that is renin. So R-E-N-N-I-N, right? So this renin breaks down the milk protein, that is casein, into calcium paracasinate. So here the pH is 1.8 to 2. So this is the pH of your stomach. So such an acidic pH might damage the walls of your stomach. Thus, what protects the walls of your stomach? So that is your mucus and your bicarbonate ions. Okay. So now your food from the stomach, which is now known as chyme, is moving down into the small intestine. Alright, so till this it's clear. So now shall we move into the small intestine? Yes? Okay, so now what happens in the small intestine? So before we go into the small intestine, I hope the glands are pretty clear. So we have 3 glands: salivary glands, liver and pancreas. So I hope you remember what are the ducts of each gland. Yes? So giving you, okay, so we are not going into the ducts. So directly we will talk about bile. So bile is secreted by liver. So bile has bile salts. So it has bile pigments and it also has cholesterol. But your bile has no enzyme. So bile is used in the digestion of fat, which is known as emulsification. It is used in the emulsification of fats or the breakdown of fats. Okay? Yes? Is this clear? Alright. So now what happens? You have another gland which is known as your pancreas. So pancreas secretes your pancreatic juices. So this pancreatic juices has 6 enzymes which are in the inactive form. So these enzymes are poured into the duodenum. Alright. So once it enters the duodenum, it becomes activated. As such, these enzymes are inactive. So what are the enzymes? The first one is trypsinogen. Right? So the next one is chymotrypsinogen. Then what is the other one? It's procarboxypeptidase. So then you have lipase, amylase and nucleases. Right? So these are the 6 enzymes. So these are all in the inactive form. Right? No doubt. So once it enters the small intestine, that is the duodenum, so now what happens? All these enzymes are activated. So how does the activation begin? So first your trypsinogen is converted into the active form, that is trypsin. So in the presence of what? In the presence of enterokinase. So this enterokinase is secreted by the goblet cells of the small intestine plus your Brunner's gland. So Brunner's gland is also present in the duodenum, right? So this ensures that an alkaline environment is present. Okay? Yes? Yes, Satyendra, a very happy good evening. So thank you so much for joining my lecture. So please do like, share and subscribe. Okay? So now this trypsinogen will activate all of these enzymes. So your chymotrypsinogen will be activated to chymotrypsin, and your procarboxypeptidase is converted into carboxypeptidase. Yes, done. So this is how the activation happens. So till this is what we spoke about in the previous lecture, if you remember, right? So now this breaks down carbohydrates into the respective monosaccharides, proteins into the respective amino acids, so lipids or fats into triglycerides and glycerol, right? And then your nucleases into nitrogenous base and sugar, right? So cholecystokinin, so these enzymes shall we discuss in your chemical coordination and integration. Yes, there are 3 enzymes of the gastric gland, which I am not discussing now, gastrin, secretin and CCK. Alright, Anthony B? Yes. So shall we move forward? Okay, so I hope till this it's clear. Now we'll see how how absorption happens. So now everything is broken down into its simplest component, right? So even when it's broken into the simplest component, then how does this process proceed? So PVN Rao, yes, hello, hi and welcome to my session. So thank you for joining. So please do like, share and subscribe. So the process by which end products of digestion pass through the intestinal mucosa into the blood and lymph. Suppose you are eating a food which is rich in iron, right? So that iron has to be absorbed by RBC, thus your hemoglobin content will be pretty high, right? Okay, so you are saying cholecystokinin is also Okay, you're saying cholecystokinin and enterokinase. Okay, so enterokinase, I told you it is an enzyme which activates your trypsinogen into trypsin, right? So I cannot see the complete message. The message at the bottom is not visible to me. So wait, if I can try how to change this. Yes, I can see you. Yes, now I can see all the message. All right, okay. So now if you take a food rich in iron, so it has to be absorbed into the blood, right into the RBC, right? So now how does this absorption takes place? So that is our next point. So the process by which end products of digestion, so it passes through the intestinal mucosa into the blood or the lymph. So this is carried out by passive, active or facilitated transport mechanism. So how passive? So passive is without energy, right? So active is in the presence of ATP molecule. So facilitated is you have a channel protein or a transmembrane protein, right? So the transport of water depends upon the osmotic gradient because it moves by the process of osmosis, right? Then you have something known as chylomicrons. So what are these chylomicrons? Okay, so your fats, though it is broken down into triglycerides, then into di, then into monoglycerides and glycerols, it still cannot be absorbed directly. So these fat substances, so your bile helps, your bile which is secreted by the liver helps in coating of your fats. Okay, it gets coated and now it is known as your micelles, right? So once these micelles enter into your bloodstream, they are broken down into your chylomicrons. So these chylomicrons are then absorbed by the lymph vessel of the small intestine. So this is absorbed by your lacteal. So initially your fat cannot be broken down as such, it has to be emulsified. So how is this process of emulsification happening? First your fat is coated with a molecule known as micelles. Yes, it is coated. Then it is carried to the bloodstream and there it is broken down. So it is now known as chylomicrons. Now it enters into the lacteal, that is the lymph vessel. Alright, yes, so these are your micelles, okay. So moving forward, so with this we are done with your the absorption of digested product. If you ask me what is the role of large intestine, so large intestine helps in absorption. So sometimes it helps in the absorption of water, to some extent absorption of your drugs. and all the undigested material from your small intestine enters your large intestine. From that, your large intestine will once again check if I am able to absorb water, if I am able to absorb drugs. So, if you take a paracetamol, so let's make it very simple. Even if you take a paracetamol, so it has to be absorbed by your large intestine, okay. So, then whatever is remaining moves into the colon, then finally into the rectum, and then it is waiting for a signal from your brain, and then it is excreted. So, the undigested food which is ready for excretion is known as your fecal matter. So, this fecal matter also involves the usage of your bile. Okay, so now it comes out through the anus. So that is your final absorption and digestion. So with this, we are done with digestion and absorption. So I am moving to digestive disorders. Alright, so inflammation of intestinal tract is the most common ailment which is caused by bacterial and viral infection. So how many of you had this trauma that you ordered something in Swiggy because you wanted to try something, but you ended up having a stomach upset? Yes, how many of you did? How many of you did? Keshav, are you here? So Keshav is not here. Alright, okay. Yes, how many of you ended up? So when you travel long, when you travel for 2-3 days, the first thing that affects you is your stomach, right? Yes, the first thing is your stomach, so you have stomach upset, so followed by you have headache, followed by you have vomiting, etc. Yes, me. Yes, Manoj. Hello, Manoj. So thank you for joining my lecture today. So please do like, share and subscribe. So all of us have this experience, right? So we want to try something. So not even in Swiggy. So sometimes I walk into a restaurant, look into the menu, I get fantasized by the name and I order. And I eat also because I ordered, right? It's again, at the end of the day, it's my money is going to get wasted. So eat and then I end up having a stomach upset. Yes, it is pretty common. So I love trying in various restaurants. So yes, it happens, not very frequently, yes, but we have all experienced this, right? Fine. So this is common because of bacterial and viral infection. Sometimes our body is not able to digest it properly. So that can also be the reason. So you can have parasites, tapeworms, roundworms, threadworms inside your stomach if the vegetables are not cleaned properly. Especially if you go for leafy vegetables, if they are not cleaned properly, if there is some fertilizers remaining on your leaf surface and if it's not cleaned properly, if there is a worm in your vegetable, so if they're not cleaned properly, cooked properly, so they have high chances of entering inside your stomach. Alright, so the first disease is jaundice. Alright, so this I guess people would have experienced. So your liver is affected, the skin and eyes turn yellow due to the deposition of bile pigments. Okay, do we have E. coli in our intestine? Yes, sweetie, we have E. coli in our intestine. Yes, so E. coli is a very friendly bacteria, it is symbiotic, but at the same time, recent research suggests that E. coli can cause hypoxic condition and it can become infectious as well. Yes, so recent study has suggested, but as of now, in the general case, E. coli is very symbiotic organism. It aids in the process of digestion. Okay, so Uma, if you're not interested in attending the lecture, so please don't disturb my students, so you can move away. All right? Yes, so Munna is saying hi to Shimpi. Alright, so your biles get deposited in the liver, so they do not move out of your liver to the gallbladder. So that is why you have jaundice. Okay, so there is a blockage in the duct of your liver, right? So this is how it becomes, your nails become yellow, your eyes become yellow, right? Okay. So the second digestive disorder is vomiting. Okay, so ejection of the stomach contents through the mouth. So only this time, yes, so you have your gastroesophageal sphincter working in the reverse direction because you have a vomit center in the medulla which gives a signal that the gastroesophageal sphincter has to open and allow the contents in the reverse direction. So that is from the stomach to the esophagus. Alright, so you have a vomit center in the medulla. So the third digestive disorder is diarrhea. So you have abnormal frequency of bowel movements and increased liquidity and fecal discharge. So this is diarrhea. So when you have loose fecal matter eliminating from your body, this is diarrhea. So diarrhea is a bit dangerous in the sense that it makes you fall tired very easily. So if you vomit, yes, you will feel tired. I'm not saying you will be all the more energetic, but diarrhea makes you feel tired because you lose out a lot of fluid in your body. Your body's osmolarity changes, alright. So this osmolarity change leads to a loss of pH balance or disbalance or misbalance in your osmolarity or your osmoregulation. So that is why when you have diarrhea, the first thing that they ask you to do is drink ORS, right? So that ORS recharges your body with salt and ion concentration. So this is diarrhea. So diarrhea and dysentery are not the same. So diarrhea is abnormal frequency of bowel movement. So dysentery is the inflammation of the small intestine. So these two are different, okay? So Munna and Shimpi, you live in different houses? Huh? You live in different rooms and attend my lecture, or? Huh? So how sweet, Munna is trying to talk to Shimpi, huh? Alright. So constipation, so here the fecus is retained within the colon when excretion does not happen properly, when undigested food does not come out or excrete properly, so then that is constipation. You have irregular bowel movements. Ma'am, if diarrhea and vomit both occurs at the same time, what will happen? Yes, there are many cases. So when you have indigestion, right? So the most common thing is diarrhea. Sometimes if it does not get eliminated properly with diarrhea, so it is vomit. Okay, so it comes out as vomit also. In both the cases, you will have severe headache and your body will lose all the strength that you have. You will feel extremely tired, but it is not such a deadly thing. So please take in a lot of liquid fluid content. So you can take chach, okay. So chach is good. You can take in lassi, you can take ORS, you can take black tea. So all that will reduce your vomiting. Alright, yes. So you can even take lime juice. So that is also good. Yes? Okay. So this is constipation. So just like you eat 3 meals a day, at least once in a day you have to excrete. Otherwise you are suffering from this disease known as constipation. Alright? Oh, okay Munna. Yes. What causes the stomach to vomit? Okay. When so when you have uncooked food, so our body is designed to only digest cooked food. Okay, dysentery is caused by Shigella. Yes, absolutely right. Okay, so I am answering Mansi's question. So what causes your stomach to vomit? First is indigestion. So when you take in partially cooked food, when the food is not cooked properly, suppose you are having chana dal, okay, you are having your chole which is not cooked properly, your body is designed to digest only completely cooked food. So we are not monkeys. Monkeys can eat the same food that we are eating but raw, and it takes 5 hours for it to digest, which we do in 1 hour, right? So your body cannot digest uncooked food, which means that enzymes, the composition is not enough for the body. So your body does not know how to throw it out. Sometimes it comes out as diarrhea, or yes, mostly through diarrhea, or it comes out as vomit when it no longer moves inside your small intestine, when it cannot move into the alkaline pH. So since your stomach is not able to digest, so maybe the gastric juices are not secreted, so thus you will not have a signal to secrete pancreatic juices. So everything is in order. Right now my stomach will not have gastric juices. Only when I have food, when there is a signal from the brain, yes, there is a bolus in the mouth, the stomach will start secreting gastric juices. Okay, so that is why you have vomit. Alright, yes. Okay, so I am very good. So thank you. Yes ma'am, that day I ate chole chana only and I had vomiting. If it's not properly cooked, that is the reason. And also your chole causes a lot of gas to get released. Alright, so that is also a reason. So if you have gas accumulation in your body, so that also causes you to vomit. Alright, yes, are we done discussing? So this is constipation and the last disorder. So first we spoke about what? Jaundice. The next one is vomiting, then diarrhea. Then we spoke about constipation. Now indigestion, when the food is not properly digested. So if you go to a chaat shop, so if you want to have some spicy evening snacks, and if the potato there is not properly boiled, if the peas or the mutton is not properly boiled, so that leads to indigestion. All right, yes. So Mansi, indigestion with chole is not very uncommon, it is very, very common. So even I have had that. So chole causes easy vomiting because if it is not properly baked, yes, it leads to vomiting. Yes, pani puri, yes, everything is coming out. So I miss Keshav, the foodie person in my class. Alright, so with this we are done with disorders of digestion. So some extra points that I want you to remember. What is calorific value? The amount of heat liberated from complete combustion of 1 gram of food in a bomb calorimeter is its gross calorific value or gross energy value. So before a food comes into market, so now if you take up a Lay's packet in the market and see, it has so much of calories, right? So if you eat this packet of Lay's, say we are having red Lay's now. So this gives you this much of calories. So how do they know? How do they know? Yes? Oh, Satyendra just had pani puri. Okay, so please don't tempt me now, then I will get hungry. Alright? Yes. So how do you know that if you eat this packet of Lay's, you will have this much of energy? So they have tried it, right? So they do not try by eating, but they try it in an experiment, in an instrument, that is bomb calorimeter. Okay, so bomb calorimeter is an experiment that is used to measure the heat that is released. Alright, so the amount of heat liberated from the complete combustion of 1 gram of food. So when your entire food, when your entire Lay's packet is digested, what is the amount of heat liberated? So that is what is measured in your bomb calorimeter, and that value is known as gross calorific value or your gross energy value. Alright, yes. Alright Mansi, so thank you for watching my lecture so long. So please take care and watch my recorded session. Yes, hi Ranjan, so thank you for joining my lecture. So please do like, share and subscribe. The actual amount of energy liberated in human body due to combustion. So this is in a measure. So always the mechanical value and the physical value is different, right? So in the human body, how much is released? That is your physiologic calorific value. So if you take out a Lay's packet, so the Lay's packet says you will have so much of calorie, but actually in your body you will not have the same amount. You will have plus or minus variation, right? So this is physiologic calorific value. So this is the value. So this is gross calorific value. So this is your GCV and this is your PCV, physiologic calorific value. Alright. So carbohydrate 4.1. But in your body it is only 4. So protein 5.65, in your body it is only 4 kilocal. So energy is measured in calories, right? So fats is 9.45 and this is 9, right? Yes? No, you did not memorize, just remember this is the value. The highest calorific value is for fats, okay? Done. So now coming to the another important part, the last part of the chapter, vitamins and their diseases. Is this important? Yes, to some extent you might have 1 or 2 questions, okay? Which color is my favorite in Lay's? So I like orange Lay's more because orange Lay's I didn't get in between. So I was craving for orange Lay's. But I eat all the Lay's. It's not that if you give me a green color or blue color, I will say no politely. No, I will eat any flavor, but orange is what I prefer. So if you give me all the colors, I will choose orange first, okay? So you have been timed out, okay? So this timing out is not done by our management, it is by the YouTube itself. So YouTube has recently changed some settings, so that is the reason. Alright, yes? Okay, so vitamins and their diseases. So vitamins are of 2 categories. So you have fat soluble vitamins and you have water soluble vitamins. So you have 2 categories of vitamins. So fat soluble vitamins are, okay, so you want black, okay, so you want black screen, alright, okay. Oh, hold on. Yes. So we will talk about vitamins. So we have 2 types of vitamins. One is fat soluble and the other one is water soluble. So this is the last bit of the chapter. So all your vitamin B, and this table is mentioned in NCERT. The table that was in the slide, no, I don't think it's mentioned. Okay, yes, so this is your another ID. All right, yes, I understood. Okay, so all your vitamin B and C are water soluble. All your vitamin B and C are water soluble. So what is fat soluble? Vitamin A, D, E, K are fat soluble. Vitamins A, D, E, K are fat soluble. So this is B and C are water soluble. Alright. So will you remember this much? A, D, E, K are water soluble, fat soluble. B and C are water soluble. Okay. So vitamin C is also known as ascorbic acid. And what diseases it causes? Vitamin C causes scurvy. Right, so please remember this much, okay? Yes, okay, so if you remember it in whichever way we want, you can, okay? In new NCERT it is mentioned, okay, alright, okay. So this is vitamin C. In vitamin B, what are the things that you should remember? You should remember 4 vitamin Bs. So first is vitamin B1, which is thiamine. Then you have to remember vitamin B3, which is niacin. Then you have vitamin B6, which is pyridoxine. Then please remember vitamin B12, which is cyanocobalamin. Right, so please remember these many. Okay, so in this, what is the disease that you should remember? So niacin causes pellagra, thiamine causes beriberi. So this causes pernicious anemia. So remember this much, short and sweet, they will not ask you any more, anything less. So water soluble vitamins are your B and C. Right, so C is only one, it is also known as ascorbic acid. So remember scurvy. So scurvy is the disease that is caused by the deficiency of vitamin C. Then vitamin B1, okay, is thymine. Okay, so this, vitamin B1 is thiamine. So this causes beriberi diseases. Okay, then vitamin B3, niacin, pellagra. B6, pyridoxine. B12, cyanocobalamin. This is pernicious anemia. This is clear? Yes. So here I move forward. So vitamin A, so these are fat soluble vitamins. So these vitamins, what are they? So vitamin A is known as retinol. So retinol is a component of the retinol pigment in your retina. So if you have a deficiency of this vitamin, it causes night blindness or xerophthalmia. So drying of your retina dries up. Then calciferol, which is vitamin D, absorption of calcium. So if you do not have enough calcium, this causes rickets. So if calcium absorption is not proper, so that does not lead to proper bone development. Okay, yes. This table is released in new NCERT. Okay, so you have all the more new editions. So I have an edition of 2020. In that also, recently there's an edition. So I should cross check. I will check and let you know. Okay. So I guess even I have 2019 edition which Dharani has. I guess even I have the same edition. Isme tabla column 9 tha. Okay. So tocopherol is vitamin E. So inhibit oxidation of unsaturated fatty acids and it causes sterility. So if you have a deficiency of vitamin E, it causes sterility. And naphthoquinone, this is vitamin K. So this causes coagulation of blood, or it is important in the coagulation of blood. So meaning it is a component of platelets. So if you do not have vitamin K, it can lead to bleeding. So your blood will not clot properly. This is just a vitamin deficiency. It is not hemophilia. Alright. Is this clear? Okay. So here I have a list of other enzymes. Yes, so you don't have to, you can, if you want, you can remember the name, otherwise it's not needed. So just remember whatever I wrote on the blackboard. Clear? So with this we come to an end of the first chapter, that is digestion and absorption. So next week I'll finish breathing exchange of gas as well as body fluids and circulation. So next week you have one motivational session, also you have one more interesting session. So please wait for it. So I know you guys will love that session, but please wait for it. So can we quickly solve at least the first 10 questions? Yes? If you guys be quick enough. Yes, a baby boy aged 2 years is admitted to play school and passes through a dental checkup. The scientists observed that the boy had 20 teeth. So which teeth were absent? Incisors, canines, premolars, molars. Yes? So we have incisors, canines, premolars and molars. So in adult it is 2, 1, 2, 3. So in a child it is only 20 because he has 2, 1, 0, 2, right? So what are the teeth that is absent? No. Which is absent? Here it becomes 0. So it is premolars that is absent, right? So Swami, it is C and not D, okay? Yes, okay. So you guys have got it. So moving on to the next question. So question number 2, frenulum is the fold by which tongue is attached to the floor of the oral cavity and adenoid present on the pharyngeal wall, a tonsil-like structure on the lateral walls of the palate, a V-shaped furrow which divides the surface of the tongue. So what is frenulum? Yes, the fold by which tongue is attached to the floor of the oral cavity. That's absolutely right. So it is the right option here is option A. Yes, very good, sweetie creator. Yes, Ranjan, good, perfect. Anthony, good. Shimpi, perfect. So Munna, where are you? Okay, good, Satyanta. So question 3. A blind sac in large intestine, which is a vestigial or from which a vestigial organ arises, is vermiform appendix, ileum, cecum, colon. So a blind sac in the large intestine. So we are talking about a part of large intestine from which your vestigial organ, so which means it has no physiological function. This vestigial organ is your vermiform appendix. So from where does your vermiform appendix arise? So people look at this and say vermiform appendix. No, they are asking from where your vermiform appendix arises. Your vermiform appendix arises from Ranjan, read the question properly. So your vermiform appendix arises from where? Cecum. So cecum is the first part of your large intestine. So from where your vermiform appendix arises. So your vermiform appendix is a vestigial organ, but it arises from cecum. Yes, question 4. Choose the incorrect pair for me with respect to the composition of alimentary canals layer. Serosa, thin mesothelium, muscularis, smooth muscles, submucosa, perforated myothelium, mucosa, rugae, villi or microvilli. Yes? So please match the, find the incorrect pair. So question number 4. Yes, so submucosa is not perforated myotelium, it has loose connective tissues, it has blood, lymph, etc. No, this is right. I want the incorrectly matched one. So C is incorrectly matched. Okay, yes, perfect. Question 5. Out of the 4 layers of the alimentary canal, which forms villi, that is finger-like projections? Serosa, mucosa, submucosa, muscularis. Yes? Yes, Satyendra, right. So out of the 4 layers of alimentary canal, which one forms villi, finger-like projection? Is it serosa, mucosa, submucosa, muscularis? Yes, perfect. So it is mucosa, the innermost one, which forms your foldings. Yes, absolutely right. So question 6. Which one is not associated with the secretion of saliva in human being? Parotid glands, sublingual glands, zymogenic cells, submaxillary glands. Which one is not associated with the secretion of saliva? Yes? You can get it online. Please try online for the new edition, you will get it. Yes, zymogenic cells do not fit here. So these are the 3 salivary glands and the largest of them is your parotid gland. Okay? Yes? Fine. So with this, question 6 is done. Question 7. Common bile duct is formed by the fusion of pancreatic duct and cystic duct, pancreatic duct and hepatic duct, pancreatic duct, hepatic duct, cystic duct, hepatic duct and cystic duct. Yes. Yes, think and answer. Common bile duct. Yes, sweetie creator, absolutely right. So common bile duct comes from your liver. So the duct, so bile comes from here. So this is your hepatic duct. So this is your gallbladder. So this is your cystic duct. So when these two join, it is your common bile duct. Right? So this is option D. Yes, very good. So question number 8, masticated food particles mixed with saliva from succus entericus, bolus, chyme, both B and C. So masticated is chewed food particles mixed with saliva from. So where does the saliva come from? Okay, it is not from, it is from. Masticated food particles mixed with your saliva form what? Succus entericus, bolus, chyme, both B and C. How both B and C, Ranjan? So D is the wrong option. So chyme is when it reaches the stomach, right? So now it is just mixed with the saliva. So it is called as bolus. Okay? Yes. Question number 9. Choose the most appropriate option to describe the composition of human saliva. Amylase, hydrolase, electrolytes, amylase, lysozyme, mucus, amylase, ptyalin, mucus, ptyalin only. So what is the composition of saliva? So that is the question here. Electrolytes are not there, Shimpi, in saliva. Electrolytes are not there. Yes, so electrolytes, amylase, lysozyme is also there, mucus is also there. Yes, Ranjan, very good. So B is the right answer. So question number 10, the biomolecule which is hydrolyzed by the enzyme salivary amylase is protein, lipid, carbohydrate, nucleic acid. So salivary amylase, pH 6.8, converts dash to maltose. Converts dash to maltose. It is starch. So starch is a form of carbohydrate. Yes, absolutely right. Very good, Sweetie and Shimpi. Perfect. Okay, good. So question number 11. So which of the following guards the opening of hepatopancreatic duct into the duodenum? Ileocecal valve, pyloric splinter, splinter of Oddi, semilunar valve. Which one of the following guards the opening of hepatopancreatic valve into the duodenum? So hepatopancreatic valve, the base portion is swollen, that is known as ampulla of Vater. So it opens into the duodenum. So what is the splinter that is present there? Yes, splinter of Oddi. Perfect. Yes, this is the right answer. So question 12, what is the pH of human saliva? 7, 7.5, 6.8, 6. So what is the pH of human saliva? Yes, 6.8 is the right answer. So this is the pH of human saliva. Okay? Clear, guys? Yes, can I move forward? Yes. So question 13. What name would you suggest for a thoroughly mixed food with the gastric juices by the churning movements of the muscular stomach wall? Do you call it bolus, chyme, either bolus or chyme? None of these. When the food is completely mixed with your gastric juice, so what do you call it? Quick. Yes, the right answer is? Come on. Chyme. Yes, yes, sweetie. Perfectly right. Yes, it is chyme. So, question number 14. Gastric juices of infants contain maltase, pepsinogen, renin, nuclease, pepsinogen, lipase, renin, amylase, renin, pepsinogen. So, we are talking about the gastric juices. The gastric juices to some extent also contains lipase along with your pepsin and renin. Yes, the right answer is pepsinogen, lipase and renin. So, renin is an enzyme that helps in the digestion of milk. Yes, the right answer is option C. No. Maltase is not present in your gastric juices. It is present in your salivary glands. Okay? Yes. So, moving forward to question 15. The enzyme enterokinase secreted by the intestinal mucosa helps in the conversion of casinogen into casin, trypsinogen into trypsin, pepsinogen into pepsin, proteins into polypeptides. Yes? Trypsinogen into trypsin. Yes, absolutely right. So, question number 16. So, bile is composed of bile salts and bile pigments which are. So, I have not taught you what are bile salts. So, bile pigments, all of you know it is bilirubin and biliviridin. So, bile salts are your sodium glycolate and taurocholate. So, these two are your bile salts and these two are your bile pigments. So, the right answer here is option A. Okay. So, question 17. Hydrolysis of maltose gives rise to 2 molecules of glucose, 2 molecules of galactose, 1 molecule of glucose, 1 molecule of galactose, 1 molecule of glucose and 1 molecule of fructose. So, maltose is a disaccharide, right? So, when it is broken down, what are the individual monosaccharides? Yes, 2 molecules of glucose. So, maltose is made up of glucose and glucose. Yes, perfectly right. Very good. So, question 18. The enzyme and the intermediate molecule formed by the breakdown of fats into monoglycerides are. So, before it is broken down into monoglycerides, so what is the previous compound and what is the enzyme which breaks it down? So, the enzyme and the intermediate molecule formed by the breakdown of fats into monoglycerides are. So, question number 18. Yes, so lipase is the enzyme which breaks down your fat and before monosaccharides it is in your disaccharide form. Yes, right. So, Royal Rocky. So, thank you for joining my lecture. So, please do like, share and subscribe. So, question 19, the last before question. Small protein coated fat globules are micelles, chylomicrons, fatty acids both A and B. Small protein coated fat globules are micelles, chylomicrons, fatty acids both A and B. Yes, this is chylomicrons. So, chylomicrons will be observed by your lactin, but here they have a protein coating. Okay, so this is your chylomicrons. The last question for the evening for this lecture, because we are having a menti after this. So, absorption of glycerol, fatty acids, monoglycerides occurs in the walls of the stomach, walls of the duodenum, lymph vessels within the villi present in the small intestine or capillaries present within the villi. So, the last question, come on, make it quick. Where does the absorption happen? Yes, lymph vessels, that is lacteals. Perfect. So, fantastic. So, we are thoroughly done with the first chapter of human physiology, that is digestion and absorption. So, perfect. So, please don't forget to join for my menti at 6:30 p.m. So, the winner will get access to a free mock test series. So, please join me for the same. So, here we are playing under this unit, cell structure and function. So, we are having 40 questions, 20 seconds each. Okay. Yes, so I have already given you an announcement about the crash course. So, please think about it. 1999, you're getting 3 subjects, that is physics, chemistry, biology, and the course starts on 15 July. So, this price might increase. So, quickly join. Okay. Yes, so if you genuinely liked my way of teaching, so please do like, share and subscribe. So thank you for making my session very, very interesting. So looking forward to meeting you at 6:30 p.m. So until then, this is me wishing you more and more. So take care and bye.